Good morning, everybody. Mr. Claus here, and going to be wearing the hat that my grandfather wore in World War II when he was in the Army Air Corps. Never really saw combat per se, but a cool family heirloom, and hopefully a reminder. We're down to nearly the end of our battle, a much smaller battle, but still a battle for us, and that is getting ready for the AP European History exam. We're down to just over a week to go, so I hope that you've been making progress. I know a lot of you are probably pretty overwhelmed with quite a few AP classes. I know some of you are busy working long hours at Ace Hardware, but anyway, I hope that you're getting yourselves ready. I had just a few things that I want to say this morning. First of all, please pay attention to the College Board and things that they are putting out, and then please pay attention to the to your email. You should be starting to get things from the College Board, like your passcode to take the exam. They're going to send out some things that are designed to help you, like practice for how the submission will work, practice for opening a test and typing and submitting a test on your devices and things like that. And those are things that you should pay attention to. Okay, you don't. The last thing you want when you're dealing with the exam on exam night, the last thing you want to do is be messing around with like, oh, I've never really done the technology part of this before. So anyway, so look for those, and if you're not getting anything from the College Board or whatever in the next day or two, please get in touch with them or get in touch with me, and we need to figure that out. Okay. Another thing is as far as taking a grade in this class. So I know that most of your classes has offered this option of, do you want to freeze your grade as of March 12th, or do you want to work into the second semester? So the option I'm going to offer you is extremely simple for those of you looking to improve your grade, and that is basically to do the practice DBQs for preparatory to the AP exam, which is something that you should be doing anyway if you are involved in that. Just all you have to do is do them. It's not about a score, but I want you to do those practices and simply send me the results. It can be a picture of a handwritten exam. It can be if you want to type it up, if you're planning to type it on the AP exam, then type it up and share a Google Doc with me or something. But anyway, so I think there are like 4, maybe 5 of those. But if you are willing to do the practices, it's just going to be a credit, no credit kind of thing. So if you do those practices and send those to me, I'll give you points for them, and that'll be our second marking period grade. I am not planning on assigning anything after the AP exam. To me, like, that's always been kind of the ending, other than usually like a large class project that we do together, which obviously we're not going to be able to do in the usual way this year. So anyway, I'm also going to send out the form for you to fill out what you would like to do with your grade, whether you want to freeze your grade as of March 12th, or whether you want to do the practice DBQs preparatory to the AP exam. And if you choose to do this, even if you haven't done any of them yet, we're talking about maybe 5 practices, whatever the College Board videos assign, times 45 minutes each. So it should be pretty manageable for anybody who chooses that path. For those of you who are not taking the AP exam, if you're working on old stuff, I really would like to shut off old stuff by the date of the AP exam. That's also a usual practice in this class, is that like the date of the AP exam is kind of the end. So if you're still kind of messing around with like chapter 20 homework or something, like we're closing the door on May 11th, so or on May 13th, I guess, whatever the exam day is. And so anyway, get done what you mean to get done, and let's be done and with all that old stuff. Okay. As far as the future lesson plans or our marching forward toward the end of this, if you have kept up with the lesson plans that I put out the last couple of weeks, you are on track. We are basically caught up with the College Board's schedule, and so all I want you to do is just kind of tune into that every day, even if it's not at the time. Watch that video later, do the practice, and their intent from here forward with those videos is basically to do, one day they're going to assign a practice test, the next day they'll go over it, then they're going to assign a practice test, and the next day they'll go over it. This is by far the best thing that you can be doing with your time to prep for the AP exam, is just getting used to the test, getting used to the format, getting used to doing those things that need to be done. Remember that the AP rubric, as far as these essays, it never it's never going to lead to beautiful essays. And it is very formulaic. It's very like you got to check this off and you do it or you don't. There's no partial credit. So there's no partial credit for having twice the information as the person next to you. There's no extra credit for good handwriting. There's no good extra credit for like flowery introductions or for great deep wisdom or for unique insights that have never been seen before. None of those are calculated worth anything on the AP rubric. The rubric has certain, 10 things that it wants you to do, and you just have to do them. So be practicing it. If you do practice it, feel free to send it to me. I know a couple of you have sent me ones, and that's my intent for today, is to kind of go through some of the ones that you've sent. But send them to me, and definitely watch them watch the next video with those open next to you. That is the best use of your time going forward. And I've said it before, but I want to keep repeating it, is that most of the skills on the AP test are not, they're ones that all of you can do, but they are not ones that you're going to accidentally do. You're not going to just back into them by writing a good essay. So no matter where you are in your prep, but especially if you haven't really been paying attention to those videos, haven't really done any practice DBQs, I you have to, like, you just have to. Otherwise, I don't see how you're going to pass the AP test, because not because you don't have the skills or talent to be able to do it, but you lack the refinement of those skills in the way that the AP College Board wants to see them. So I strongly urge you, pay attention to those videos. Look at the Google Doc I sent of our lesson plans, and anything in bold where it says do this practice DBQ, do those practice DBQs, and then even as importantly, then watch the subsequent video where they go over those DBQs and show you what good looks like and what not good enough looks like. Okay, I love y'all. I hope you're doing well. I really do genuinely miss you, and wish that we could be gathering together every day in the classroom to go over this in person. But as we can't, and as our situation is not appreciably different from any other student in the country, let's go after this. Let's go hard. Let's do the things we know we're supposed to be doing, and let's go out a week and a half from now and do really, really well on this AP test. All right. As always, let me know if you have questions. You can email me anytime, and I'll set up definitely a couple other Google Meet chat sessions for anybody with questions. Have a great day, everyone.